Hey everyone, it's Ross. The following is an actual play of Shadowdark RPG. We welcome you to sit in with us and listen to our adventures. As with all of our actual plays, it's not a performance. These are just friends playing tabletop role-playing games and playing them the way we do. Some editing has been done for your enjoyment, including sound effects and music. Details about the artists are included at the end of the podcast. We hope you enjoy. You have become lost. In a moment when a feeling of jealousy intersected with tripping on a limb under moonlight, or as you laughed, a dewdrop fell from a nearby bow into your eyes. A moment or feeling of uncertainty. Whatever it was, you raise your head to find yourself in a vast wilderness. This is not where you were before. You have no way home. It is filled with monsters, ruins, and secrets. In time, you find the last vestige of civilization. Its inhabitants mostly others who've also become lost here in this wild place. Your talents were recognized. Now you are an adventurer of Perrinval. It is up to you to defend and help the people of this dream world. To attain treasures, secrets, defeat the horrors that have lain dormant in the shadows until you awoke them with your arrival. These are the stories of that kingdom and its people, of heroes and of villains, and of magic. Welcome to the Vale. I'll start, as usual, by rolling a die. I got 3. So, Jake, what happened last time?
So last time our adventure began in the War Mallard Tavern, and I believe we rested for the night. And I honestly spaced out in most of the last session. I wasn't feeling well, but I do remember that it ended with us going and investigating the old watchtower. The old watchtower is like this ancient ruin of what once was this massive guard tower. It serves no purpose as of what we seemed as we walked around the outside. Nothing but some crows that just perched at the top of it. We did some investigating and found that there was this window about 20 feet up, and we were able to throw grappling hook and rope and climb our way up there and see that down inside there was this like trap door that led somewhere. We had also heard rumors in talking to the barkeep and other patrons that there are these underground catacombs that fill up the barony, and we're looking for these lost people, that these people that are missing. So we all assume that these people might be down here, though we have no evidence. There's just a secret passageway in and out of the barony, so it's probably a good idea to check it out. And that's where we left off last time, is crawling down in here and seeing what would be going on.
I agree.
On a sort of important, possibly potentially important note is that we think we found another entrance into the catacombs inside.
Oh yes, that's right. Behind tapestry at the
Behind the
sheriff's
tapestry in
at the
the
Reeves office.
sheriff's office.
Yes, there was a tapestry hung in the jail cell, which is very odd. But the sheriff also seems to be some type of buffoon, though his deputy seemed to be more on point and on guard. Uh, this buffoon of a sheriff basically told us we're doing a great job and to keep it up, but there was this tapestry hung in the jail cell that behind it is a secret passageway out, and one of my hopes is to find a connection between this corridor and that.
All right.
I'd say it's not super clear whether he's as dumb as he looks.
Ah, true. Yeah.
All right. So, let me change the scene and describe what you see here.
Starting my timer.
After you entered the stone tower, you found a trap door. It was wooden, and you lifted the wooden door and descended down into a stone cavern space, stone steps. It went down for maybe, you're not sure, 20, 40 feet. And eventually, you find a, I have to do this. You find a 10-foot tall statue in a circular antechamber of a frog with bat-like wings that dominates the center of the cavern. Currently, the frog's back is to you. It is facing a large stone fly that appears to be attached to the western wall. There is a menacing portcullis in the shape of demonic mouths full of fangs to the north and the south. And, yeah, what do you do? Start with Rex.
I think we should kind of do an orbit of the room and examine the stone fly a little more closely.
Okay, you can move your character and then examine the stone fly. I'll tell you what you see as you go there.
Let's be the party token.
You can see that this statue of the frog, as you circle it in the torchlight, it is massive. And you can see that the altar that it rests upon appears to be laying atop a bed of small stone ball bearings that appear to be locked in place. And there's an inscription written at the base of the large frog. Next person is Siebert.
Yeah, I think I'm really interested in that inscription. With the torchlight, are we able to make out kind of what it says?
Sure. Siebert, you go up to investigate the inscription, and it says, you don't know, because it is written in some kind of magical cipher.
Guys, anybody have any sort of magic that can make sense of this? He says, and probably looks towards Jubal to see if Jubal has any deciphering magic.
I'll check.
I do believe Jubal has detect magic.
He does have detect magic. Unfortunately, he lost it on a nat 1. I can't remember what the cost of it was, but there was something he had to do to get that spell back, other than just sleep.
Well,
As a wizard, is he able to study it or make some type of check to figure it out?
Sabert, you could attempt to do that with advantage.
Oh, then yes, I will attempt to do that with advantage.
So it'll be an intelligence
D20 roll?
DC 12 check.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Nope.
They're completely incomprehensible. The next person is Log.
I'm gonna study the fly. Does it look in any way, shape, or form that it moves, or do I see any movement in the eyes or in the eyes of the frog as we move about the room?
The eyes do not move, but you notice that the fly, initially it appeared as if it were attached to the wall. Instead, you notice that there are grooves along the ground in a semicircular pattern that go all around the room. and it looks like the fly can actually be pushed.
Like a track.
Okay. Can I go ahead and try to grab it and move it?
Sure. How do you do that?
I mean, how high up is it? Is it placed on the ground or is it like on the wall or?
It is lifted off the ground by a mount. It looked as if it were on the wall before, but you realize that there's this this sliver of metal that connects it into this track along the ground.
Okay. Let's see. What do I have here? Does anybody have some rope?
I think my
Yes.
rope would still be upstairs.
Oh, I
Good to
actually
see
have
it.
some rope. It's my second item. I didn't realize I had
All
rope.
right.
Okay, I'm gonna use my rope, and I'm gonna like tie a loop, like similar to a lasso, but probably not as fancy. And then I'm gonna like toss the loop over it, and then pull on it that way.
Which way do you pull on it?
Well, which way do the grooves go? Left and right, or do they move up and down, or?
There's no indication which way they move. They go.
No, I mean, like,
they go
But the
in a
groove
circle.
travels
they-
around the circle,
Yeah, it's a-
circumference of the room, right?
It's a
So
circle.
so the full circumference of the room.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh,
Maybe
say-
we
so-
should talk. I'm gonna when I see his action, I'm gonna say maybe we should talk about this before we move that.
He
it looks like
pauses with the rope in his hands.
Like, what?
Well, what
Yeah,
do you
looks
think,
like-
Derek?
Well, I just think before we move it either direction, we might have a discussion as to what possibly. I'm guessing these ball bearings have something to do with it. Maybe these. I don't know.
What I
It-
think is the frog is going to look at the fly regardless of where the fly is, and if we move the fly, the frog will roll in the ball bearings to face it, and maybe
Okay.
if the frog were facing a door, he would open it.
All right.
That's my
good.
thinking.
Then I'm all for it.
He could also come to life and eat us as I try to move this fly. So we'll try.
All right.
Well,
So
that's-
I've
always
got
true
my holy
statutes.
weapon drawn, so you know.
okay. So the fly can basically go in a circle. So do you make it go to its left or to its right? It's facing to the east.
Is there any markings in the grooves where there look to be like scratches or like past wear?
No. Yeah, it's you're not sure.
Well,
That's fair.
what do you guys think?
Sorry
Wait,
to
okay.
interrupt, but you said it's facing east?
The fly is facing east. The frog is facing west.
Oh, okay. So like
Do
it's,
we
okay,
do we
got it.
know our bearings well enough to know which way the Reeves office would be from here?
South.
Like, would it would be south from here? Then
It
yeah,
would be
we will.
southwest.
We'll pull it south then, towards the south.
Wait a second. Shoot, I haven't seen the map in a little while, but I thought the town would be west of us. Whose office?
The sheriff's office.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
west,
just-
right?
it's southwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not how I remember it, but I believe you.
Okay, so we're gonna pull it to the south. Oh, my attempt to pull it to the south, rather.
Unless we were trying to get into the castle, the keep, which would be to the north of our position.
Well, what is our goal then? I don't know what our goal is.
Well, we don't have any real way of knowing where the kidnapped people are being kept, if they're even down here. But given that the sheriff's, at least someone in the sheriff's office, clearly has access to the catacombs, which they are hiding from us, I'd say trying to go towards the sheriff's office is probably our better bet. But I'm just guessing.
Could be.
Yeah, I agree with that logic.
Regardless, does anyone have a python?
Let me check.
Like a single python in their inventory? No.
Sound-
Okay.
I might. I'm trying to find that. I still have to transfer all of my like inventory stuff to my actual character sheet in the game. Like,
Gotcha.
give me just a sec to check that.
I
So-
do not. I can tell you that.
So which way do you turn it?
The south.
Okay. You start to, and you put a rope around it, is that right?
Yeah, I didn't want to touch it, so I wrap a rope around it, and I'm
Really?
pulling on the rope like a tether, kind of like a dog on a leash.
Okay. You put a rope around the fly and you start to pull on it, like as if it's wearing a leash. It does rotate fairly easily. You can hear the grinding, the gentle grinding of the metal ball bearings underneath it, but it begins to slide. Counterclockwise. And you, where do you pull it to?
By the way, I do have iron spikes. I just checked my
Nice.
crawling kit's part of it.
I would like to try to pull it towards this portcullis.
Okay. You pull the fly to the portcullis, and sure enough, after it stops there, you hear a clicking noise, and then the frog grinds and turns toward the portcullis, and it opens.
Nice.
Hmm.
Now we should probably anchor this rope so that it doesn't move back as soon as we walk through there.
Okay.
Anyone with a kit
you
has
anch-
got titans.
You anchor the rope. Durek, you're next. What do you do?
I guess I'm gonna walk forward into the open maw of this demon. I'll stop just short of it and ask Rex if he'll shine a little light down the hall.
Wait, down the hall or into the maw?
The same. It's the same thing, right?
Oh, I actually didn't realize it was a hallway just in its mouth.
I assume
Yes,
that
I do so.
I assume that the portcullis was stopping, or was a barrier to some sort of entrance to a hallway.
Yeah, sure. I do shine the light down there, wherever he points.
Okay.
So, weapon at ready. I will move into. What do I see? I guess when it's illuminated, and if it's a hallway, then I will proceed.
Okay, you see stone stairs. They're roughly cut into the limestone. And as you get closer past the portcullis, and you look into a lower antechamber, it's probably about 15 feet lower. You look into it, you smell the sickly sweet stench of wet, slowly souring meat. And as you gaze out into it from the stone stairs, you hear a voice, a low, gravelly voice. It says, "A pound of meat is what I eat. Give me a taste, if it is the key you seek. Ignore my request and we shall war, and you shall join me evermore." It echoes along the stone halls, and then it falls silent.
Well, that's ominous.
Real ominous.
Do we have food to feed it?
We should have rations.
I'm gonna say I have rations. I don't
Probably
know if
not
we
a
have.
pound of them, though.
I would say I have 3 rations. I don't know how much meat's involved in 3 rations.
It looks, by the way, to be clear, this right here looks like a pond or a pool of flesh with stones
Ooh.
that are a miscolored match, like a liquid fleshy look. It doesn't. The stones within it do not match the color of the surrounding stones of the cavern.
Okay. I'm guessing this is some sort of flesh golem guardian of some sort, and we need to get that key.
Log is literally shaking in his boots, rooting through his bag, trying to look for more meat.
Oof.
Is there any point of egress from this room?
May or may not be one to the south. At least I think it's south. It's down on the map.
It looks like beyond this this cavern space, a pathway continues on into the darkness.
Log
we
is
try
going
to
to
go-
look at Siebert, and he's going to say, maybe as a priest, you could know some type of ritual or rite to appease this flesh puddle god. And he's going to. I'm going to hand you my 3 rations.
You know, I know more lefts than rights, really. I ain't that kind of priest. I suppose I could try to turn undead on the nastiness in front of us, because I'm pretty sure it's definitely dead, but I don't know if it's undead.
As you begin your prayers, nothing seems to happen. Rex, what do you do?
I'm sort of curious if my wizard's apprentice background would have allowed me to recognize the writing that was on that frog demon statue in the rooms that was to the north of us.
You could try. You would need to go back, and I'll say that it is a regular DC 12 check.
All right, if everyone's all right with backtracking slightly.
Yeah, we're only standing in the.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
right there. It's right
If
there.
we're getting away from the flesh puddle, that makes me happy. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we can figure out if we have enough meat while slightly farther away. Okay, and that's an intelligence check, you said? I'm not sure if I heard right.
Yes.
Okay. Normal, no advantage, I assume. Okay. Natural 1.
Ooh.
All right. No.
You
Wait,
get
I'm gonna spend my shoot, what are they called?
luck token.
My luck tokens.
Everybody should roll D4, by the way, modified however it is with your character modifications for that.
There we go.
Oof.
Wait, I tried to roll, but it didn't. Did I? Oh, my roll just said the party. Okay. Very well.
All right. You want to re-roll that?
Yes, I do. Natural 4. Also no. All right, never mind. That was my thought. Is that the only thing I could do with my turn, or am I doing other stuff?
Yeah, that was your turn. The next person is Siebert.
Well, y'all, since we came back and checked this tablet, I mean, y'all think we might want to turn the frog the other way? I mean, we know what's that way.
Well, it depends on whether we have a pound of meat between us, not including our persons.
I was about to say, I don't know that you would be a whole pound of meat. You're a little guy. Yeah, I think we should probably just check the other way. Log, Durek, what do y'all think?
That was going to be my suggestion as well, Siebert.
Log looks at his arm, and he says, "Well, I do have another way we could do this. Last-ditch effort. I am a troll. Like I could cut off a pound. It'll come back in time.
Are you sure? That sounds pretty rough.
Well, we could go the other way first, and then we come back if we have no other choice. I just don't want to make war with." And then he just shivers.
I
Pretty
appreciate the initiative there, Log. Let's try the other way first. If it comes down to that, though, I've got a spell that might help with that. But let's talk about that later. I don't want you to have to do that unless you have to.
Yep. Plus, we haven't tried the rations yet.
Okay. Well, we can go ahead and untie the anchor point and start to pull the other way, I guess.
What is the verdict on our rations having meat in them?
Oh, you're asking if your rations have meat?
Yeah. Man, that
No.
is a long delay. All right, understood.
Oh, I didn't actually say anything.
Oh, never mind. I thought when I asked about the rations having meat, like there was a significant delay before you responded to that. So
Oh.
I think that there was a significant delay here, unfortunately.
Weird. Can you see me? Can you see me? Like, am I lagging visually?
Your voice seems to line up perfectly with your visual transmission.
Okay, I will only be talking when you see the mouth behind the microphone. Otherwise, I'll be like this. So if you see me do this, it means I'm going to give more information. All right, so they're your rations. They do not have a pound of meat. They're a combination of dried grains, meat, and beans and nuts.
Do we know how many rations we need to have a pound?
It probably wouldn't be super feasible, nor does your meat really resemble anything like what somebody asking for meat would look like.
All right.
It's hardtack.
Option.
Yeah,
We could explore other areas, then backtrack to the town, which will certainly have a butcher shop.
True.
All right, so let's frame some options here really quickly. But either way, it sounds like you all want to investigate the portcullis to the north. So let's move on to the next person. I've got well, Log, you haven't acted yet, I don't think. So if you want to do something, you can do it.
I decided I was untying the anchor point and pulling it the opposite way.
You're gonna pull it. Let me ping it. You're gonna pull it this way.
Yeah, towards the other door. Yeah.
You begin to pull the fly this way, and it releases and rolls along the bearings easily. But as soon as you start pulling it, after about a foot or two, you hear a clicking noise, and then another clicking noise, and then all of a sudden, you hear a hissing and a change of pressure, and everybody can make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
DC 12. Nice.
Natural 3. You know, on an undescribed Constitution save, I think I'm going to spend another luck token.
I'm going to spend a luck token also.
Oh God, even worse. I cannot roll this session.
Oh no.
Well, so far anyway. All right, so that roll was even worse.
Whew.
All right. For those that passed, you notice the change in air and immediately start to rush over to get to the entrance, maybe getting up the stairs a little bit to gain some elevation from the gas before it begins to rise or dissipate or become less potent. But your companions who failed slump from where they are. They fall unconscious.
Yeah.
I will grab Rex and drag him out of there.
All right. We'll say you're able to drag everyone out that's unconscious. You get to the stairs. And let's see. That will also be your action. Rex is unconscious, so Sabert, I think you're unconscious, right? Did you say you fall over?
Yep.
So then probably Log, are you still awake?
Yeah. I mean, I rolled a nat 20. So.
All right. Do you help drag Sabert out?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
And
so
the whole, I think it looks like I have one hand on his collar, and on the other hand, I'm like lightly slap him in the face, trying to wake him up.
It doesn't seem to work. You drag them all to the staircase. That is another round. And time passes. All right, so Log and Durek, you are awake. Your two companions, as well as Jubal, are unconscious, and you're on the stairs. What do you do?
I do have combat medic abilities. I am going to resuscitate, trying to use some resuscitation methods.
All right, you can make an intelligence or a wisdom check at advantage, a DC 12.
All right. Pass.
As you look on them, you realize, thankfully, that they don't seem as if they're in peril. They're breathing. Their heart rate is good. They're not perishing. But something that they breathed in has had some kind of effect on them. Maybe like a nerve agent. Something that has managed to kind of conk them out. You think that you can probably change their conditions enough to where they will wake up quickly, but you think it's going to take about 20 minutes or 2 rounds.
Log, it's just you and me. You want to... I think we should wait 20 minutes, wake these guys up. Maybe take them upstairs a little further, out into the fresh air outside, and we'll douse our torches and reset. What do you think?
You can start that, but I'm curious. Maybe that the gas only dissipates whenever you turn the dial backwards, and it only goes in one direction. If this groove, if I'm understanding it right, goes all the way around the room, you just have to pull the fly clockwise or counterclockwise, rather, all the way around to open the opposite door. But I mean, yeah, we could wait to do that. We can just work on backtracking and getting out of here for now. I'm fine with either. I just figured we could at least attempt that. If we gain that information before we leave, that'd be pretty good.
Do you have the rope around the fly?
I mean, yeah, I never took it off.
All right, no problem. Durek, you're able to bring everybody up toward the old grassy bottom of the tower, make it up out of the stairs, and try to get them some air. That takes you 2 turns anyways, because you're going to have to move back and forth and drag them. Meanwhile, on the first, round, and on the first round, Log, what do you do with the, what do you do with the rope?
I'm going to first take a deep breath and hold my breath, and just in case, and then I'm going to pull on the rope back towards the south, I suppose, and then if the groove continues, I'd like to pull it back all the way around to make it back to the opposite portcullis.
Okay, you do that, and as you pull, you hear a click once it reaches right here, but nothing changes with the toad. You keep pulling until it gets to right here, and then there's another click, and then the toad rotates, faces the portcullis, and the portcullis opens.
No more gas, no more hissing.
Nope.
Okay, I'd like to use the iron spike and make a anchor for it, tie it off, and then reconvene with my friends outside.
All right, you do that in the second round. By the third round, Rex and Siebert, you wake up along with Jubal.
Welcome back to the land of the living, boys.
Rex just shoots up, just bewildered, and is relieved that he's outside. Oh, thank you. What was that?
Best I could tell it was some kind of knockout gas.
Oh,
Wasn't me.
Oh, that was very effective. Oh. Oof. Rex looks over at his lantern to see if it's still burning to get a sense of how much time went by.
I had extinguished it when we got up there.
All right.
Ah,
Well,
nice,
I should
good
have
point.
about half a charge left. Before it's
Um,
allowed to be subdivided, that is.
Yeah, Log, since you were using a rope, I'll say that you were mostly able to do that from the light, just as it passed, and from using the light up above, so you were able to figure it out real quick. Okay, so back to the top of the round then, with Rex. What do you do?
Well, reluctantly, let's head on back down. Scout out the northwards passage, if
All right.
possible.
Yeah, and I apologize. Actually, I should have moved that top of the round. That's what I'll try to do that way. And what'll happen with that is you'll get to these group decisions then every time there's a change in a round. And it doesn't matter, right? Because everybody will get to act in a round. So, and then it also changes it. Okay. But I think that makes sense. So yeah, you move back to the top. I'll describe what you see.
Relight the torch, the lantern, that is.
Love a good three-way. Decision, I mean.
This tunnel branches off in 3 directions. It has tunnels leading to the northwest, the northeast, and directly ahead to the north.
I'd say the leftward tunnel is the one that would be the straightest shot towards the sheriffs of the ones we've seen.
Can I
these-
send Blossom down that way?
Okay, you send Blossom.
Where can Blossom see in the dark?
Yeah, she struggles, but she tries, and she is gone for quite some time.
I think Rex would pretty quickly start getting nervous for her and just start going after her, if no one else objects.
I mean,
If you're going, I'm going with you.
yeah, we gotta stick together. I was just gonna wait and see if they come back.
I'm concerned about the bird.
I was more wanting to, like, my intent was to send them out to the edge of the light, to see if they could hear anything or like see anything from there.
Oh.
I didn't mean to like send them off into the abyss as far as they could go.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, she is going to come back, and she does have some important stuff to share. Let me find this. She flies back, and in common, she says, I've been that way before. That's the place behind the tapestry.
Wow. So it is a straight shot.
Well, that's very complicated. I collect her and give her a comforting pat on the back, and then send her to the northern way.
She travels to the north, and presumably you all want her to scout to the northeast as well?
We'll just see what happens to the north first.
She's certainly not going to be setting off any pressure plates. Probably.
Make a wisdom check for her, please, at DC 15.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So
Rex is-
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a luck token. I'm gonna try that again.
Rex is just fidgeting out of concern for this tiny, tiny bird.
I rolled the exact
Aw.
same number. Very unfortunate.
Oh. Wait, is that good?
I don't know.
Who rolled the 1?
The
Game
GM
Master
did.
rolled their one.
Oh.
I remember we can
Probably
spend luck
good.
tokens to reroll their dice too.
Well, I assume they were trying to roll high, so can't
I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume it's a roll off, maybe. I don't know.
I'm
Or they
guessing
tried
that
to
there
cast
was
a
an
spell on it.
encounter up there of some sort that Blossom's in trouble. That's
She's just a familiar. As sad as it is, I can actually resummon her. So
Well, it costs you permanent hit points, right?
yeah.
it costs
Not
me
like
hit points,
5e
not
ones.
permanent hit points.
Oh.
Not permanent hit points, just hit points. And as a troll, I can actually regenerate hit points. So that's kind of like the reason I chose the combination I did.
Okay.
Clever.
Blossom comes back, breathing rapidly, distressed, and she says, "There's somebody there. There's somebody there in the distance." And way off in the distance, this cavern. All three caverns go on for a long, long ways, and like a mile in the distance. You think you see a pinprick of light of somebody in the cavern.
Were they made of meat?
Just looks at you horrified.
I look at everyone else horrified.
I like where your head's at. This little pin.
I like
prick
where
of
my
light.
head's at too. Hopefully it stays there.
Let's go back in the round here. Sabert, you're next. What do you think?
I feel like we need to make a decision quick. We don't want this person to meet us if we don't want this person to meet us, but if they do happen to be made of meat, maybe we could.
Well, go ahead and make that
into-
decision.
Oh, can I get a vibe check of what I think the party would think?
I'm sorry, what was your decision you're making?
Trying to decide if we want to extinguish our lights and not be seen by this person, or if we want to try to bait whoever this is with the light into this direction, since they're probably made of meat.
Well, I think an alternative should be is we can actually head down the corridor that's already been explored. If we know that heads to the Reeves office, at least we know that's a safe path out, or a relatively safe path, and there was nothing found that way by the bird.
If you just want a safe path out, then the way we just came is the safest.
Well, I guess that's true too. But I was thinking maybe we could go this direction and see which way they go, and just wait it out.
What do you think, Durek?
Because regardless if we stay where we are or head back where we came from, then we're still in the line of sight. But if we go that way, then we're at least out of the line of sight. But yeah,
I'm gonna meet you halfway on this one, Log. I think here's what I recommend or suggest. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Let's set the lantern down on the floor, right about where our group token is. Set it on the floor. A couple of us go to the left, a couple of us go to the right. Behind those corners, we wait to see what comes out of that tunnel, and we come on behind them.
Since it's my turn, Log, would you be comfortable with Blossom grabbing the lantern and fluttering it around while we do that?
I don't think
There's no
Blossom's
way a
strong
bird could
enough,
pick this thing up.
but I do have a backup plan. It would take casting a spell, but I can actually summon a toad also.
Oh. Don't see in the dark.
Okay, so just to clarify, are you all going to set up an ambush, and is your intent to kill or capture?
Capture.
Okay. All right. Do you want to try to summon a toad and stick the lantern on it? That sounds hilarious.
Yes, I'm gonna try to do
Alright.
I love
that.
it.
So I'm casting the spell Cauldron.
All right.
I
But if the lantern's just broken, you owe me another one. It's expensive.
Understood. So I have 2 cast and 11, and I have a +1 to cast on top of my charisma, which is also +1. So I need an 8 or higher on the die to successfully cast a spell. And I roll a 3. So I'm gonna spend another luck token and try this one more time.
At least it wasn't a nat one.
It wasn't that once. That's what's important.
We're not
six.
rolling amazingly this session.
So I cast, but the cauldron is empty as I bring forth the cauldron, and even though I try to summon the toad, nothing pours out of it.
Oh no.
At this point, the person with the torch seems about halfway closer.
Put it on the floor and get to positions.
Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Rex just like scrambles and just drops down like, okay. And just starts gesticulating like too quickly for you to understand what he's actually gesticulating. But probably just do what he said already.
So we're going this way, right? Out of the way, and then this way on this side, right?
Yeah, I would recommend we get one on. There's 4 of us, yeah.
2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 and
Yeah.
2.
He can't roll well either.
A person in robes. The hems of the robes have bright red crimson trim with some orange accents. They are otherwise black. Walks towards you with a torch. He looks around and he's like, "That's strange. The portcullis is open. What do you all do?"
Rush him.
Turn is it?
Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah, I mean, if you're executing the plan, you do have surprise. So we'll just keep going. This would actually be the 3rd round anyway, so top of the round would be, well, Durek, actually, because Log acted. So, Durek.
All right, then I am. Is he armed in any way? I mean, I see that he's got a torch and robes, but
You see a mace clung to his belt.
I'm gonna rush up behind him, flip my sword around, and smack him in the back of the head with the flat of it.
All right, roll to hit.
Well, that's terrible.
Out of luck tokens.
I have 1. I'm gonna use it. seems critical. Here we go. Oh my god!
The dice have spoken.
He sees you, and immediately he's terrified of this massive half-orc with this huge weapon in the dark, and he screams and begins to run off. In order to catch him, you all, the remaining people in the round, someone will need to pass a regular DC 15. Well, give me a second, actually.
Is he running back the way he came? Because wouldn't we be behind him now?
Oh no.
Yeah, you'll have to pass a regular DC 17 strength or dexterity check, and you can pick.
Well, time to roll dex. Here I go.
Him.
No. All right, I'm dropping one. I'm dropping my second to last luck token. Just screw it. Cannot roll for
It's a 19
for
pass.
trash today.
19
Wait, a
does
19?
pass.
Oh well, never mind. I'll save my luck token then.
All right, you make it up to him. He starts to struggle with you. Now,
Get him!
If you can manage to either pin him to the ground or stop him now, Sabert, everyone else will catch up. Fail, and he'll either get to act or continue running. The danger is that you can continue to try to chase him, but eventually he's going to make it to the end of this corridor. Time will also pass.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'll just kind of try to pin him and try to wrestle down, and like kind of have my holy symbol, which would kind of be like on my gauntlet kind of thing, just kind of flashing in the light that's available, kind of being like, hey, calm down, as I'm trying to like kind of wrestle him down. So that would be like a D20 then, yeah?
He, in fact, does not calm down. So you'll
Oh
need to
dear.
pass
Imagine why.
Yeah, you'll need to pass a contested strength check.
Alright, and that's I have a 2 modifier to that, so 14.
He gets a 20. He's able to wrestle free and continue to flee.
Can I use my luck token to attempt one more?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yes. Those luck tokens suck tonight, guys.
no.
Oh,
Is he? So he's running off to the.
Hey,
the-
can I
the-
actually use my luck token
right?
to make him re-roll that roll?
Uh,
The guy who's running away?
I'm gonna look real quick.
Because you remember you said that we could use luck tokens to make the GM re-roll. And
I think
I'd like to do that. If we're all rolling low, they should roll low too. It's only fair.
you can in fact do that.
Nice. I'm gonna spend my last luck token to do that then.
good thinking. Watch me get a nat 20. Hey, he didn't. I anti-jinxed it.
You're able to stop him, Siebert.
Go log.
It was Seabird who did it, not Log.
This allows you all to catch up in this this long cavern space.
I think we should like basically cover our own suspicious activities by just immediately accusing him of stuff that he probably did. Which is being involved in these kidnappings.
Yeah.
As I've got him pinned down, do I see anything on his face? Like, does he look like he has his wits about him? Does he look like he might be mind controlled or anything weird?
You notice that he does appear to have his wits about him, and he also appears, unlike many people among the these small baronies of the Vale, bathed, which would make him of some sort of clerical or artisan or noble class. His robes look of high quality with nice dyes and threaded silks included in the in some of the trim. And he sneers at you, and he says, Perrinval, you'll have to kill me. I'm not going to tell you anything.
Those are some really nice robes.
I knew Dirk was thinking that. As I look
Take a
over
look
his
token.
person, does my background as a cleric give any insight as to what deity he may be associated or affiliated with?
Yeah, let's make it a really hard roll, okay? I think this would make it hard, because this would be so unlikely. There's only like a couple of ways that you would ever know about what this is. So it's a simple wisdom or intelligence check, and you can pick DC 12, but at disadvantage.
Okay. DC 12 at disadvantage. I have a 2 modifier. Let's see what happens. Oh!
13.
You
Plus
have
13 plus 2.
you have seen fabrics and silks and things like this before. Recently, before the war began, something that you would know is there was an attempt on King Ardrith's life, and he nearly perished. And there was an attack right in the middle of the city square during an extremely important event at the beginning of wintertime called... oh wait, no, I gotta back up. No, I have this wrong. But nonetheless, this part is still true. There were mercenary companies who had been working in the area and taking contracts, and vessels from faraway lands, from a place called the Everquiet. And one of the religions that they claimed to follow was the faith of the Burning One. He appears to be a human from the Vale. He doesn't look like he's from the Everquiet, but you recognize this pattern and these symbols as being from that faith.
And would I recognize the burning one like that to be like a bad cult, like a bad guy thing?
Yeah, like a big meanie.
Yeah.
It's very likely so. That's one of the reasons that people distrusted the mercenaries. Is it seemed that like they were demon worshippers. Now, since the war has kicked back up again, they have not been seen. But yeah, it's very likely that their god is in fact some sort of demon.
As a portion of the restraint that I managed to get on this guy, can I get like just make sure I take his weapon away from him
Sure.
before the group arrives? Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's see. That was Siebert. Log, what do you do?
I immediately start questioning him.
Okay, go ahead.
Who are you? Why are you down here? What is this place?
Beast. I don't know if you can hear me, but I will say it again. You will have to kill me, because I will tell you nothing.
What if I kiss you instead?
He spits at you.
I grin.
Just lean to the others like, I don't think he's going for it.
He does seem like the kind of like this is a tough nut, and no torture, please. I think that would violate.
I was just gonna torture him with kindness, but yeah, I think that also
Yeah.
breaks another rule. Doesn't
No,
it?
no, no.
So-
I'm not accusing you of torture. I'm just saying it's a tough situation because it is tense and people's lives are at stake, and so it's an understandable impulse, frankly. But just to say that, yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say if he's clearly not gonna talk to us, we just leave him tied up here.
Or
Yeah.
Bring him somewhere.
we drag him back down the hall, and now I'm not going to do this because, I'm a principled person, but it doesn't mean that I won't suggest that we feed him.
Okay, I said no
pound of
torture, but
flesh.
that does sound really hilarious. So
And that sounds really vibe. I mean, if he knows what's in there, then he would either tell us something or pay the toll for us. So yeah, I like that plan.
All right.
are you all okay with this, though? I think it's hilarious. So
As long as we don't actually do it, honestly.
We're just
Yeah,
threatening.
I'd be like, all
Yeah,
right.
I'd like to threaten to do it, but hopefully we don't actually do it because that would make me cry.
We could just nod to each other and just be like, all right, he's of no use to us, but we can use him to get the key. And he'll just immediately know what that means.
Right.
And
yeah,
then if
I
he was
wouldn't
to
do it on
not
principle.
die-
I'm a principled person, but I'm just saying
Right.
doesn't.
We
mean
all know
won't.
each other. We know we don't mean it.
Yeah.
We've known each other for years.
We're not gonna do this. I say as my hands are on him, pushing his shoulders down the hallway.
So
We're
you
not gonna
drag
do
him
this.
out to this rock, this chamber where there's this pool of flesh, liquid flesh, and it smells like meat everywhere, and these strange rock-like protrusions that are coming out of it that are miscolored. And he says, "Oh no! What are you doing? What are you gonna do?"
Oh, we can't get any information out of you, but we can get a key.
No. Don't do this. You can't do this. You're adventurers of Parenval. I know the oaths that you swear. You can't do that to me.
Who's gonna tell them?
Log
Have
grins.
you not
and-
heard? There's like a bunch of counterfeit adventurers going around as of late too. How do you know we ain't some of them?
Right. And what did you call me? A beast?
Seems a bit of a double standard.
He
And I've only got 2 morals left, and I'm fresh out of conscience.
His eyes look wild and they dart back and forth as he tries to calculate this, and he breaks a little bit and he says, "Let me go, and I'll help you. I'll get you the key if you let me go. I'll give you the key."
What is this creature?
It is an ancient being of the underworld. It has been here longer than any of us.
Is that what happened to the kidnapped villagers?
His eyes dart, and he's like, I can't talk about this. I'll give you the key, or you'll get nothing.
Bit of a group huddle with the team.
He's shaking violently, you know.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm continuing to usher him towards the puddle.
And how would you get us the key without the pound of flesh?
I'll get you the key if you just promise to let me go. His boots are scraping across the stone floor, trying to dig in as Log drags him closer to this meat pool.
At this point, I know Sabert's conscience would get to him, and he'd just
we're
go,
sort of
all
like-
right, Log.
Like,
you drive a hard bargain.
He looks at the meat pool and he gets down on his knees. He's sweating. You can see the perspiration has formed a streak along the ground leading up to this thing, and he's shaking. And he takes out a knife and he cuts into his arm and screams. And he produces a pound of flesh and throws it into the meat pool.
Whoa!
That's what I was gonna do.
Whoa.
Thought he just knew a guy or something.
Right?
He passes out from this, but before he does, he says, "You promised," and then he passes out.
As soon as he passes out, Rex just like breaks character and starts trying to treat the wound.
Right,
Okay.
I would... Yeah, exactly.
Like,
All
damn,
right.
I thought, it's like you said, I thought he knew a guy. Thought he knew a password or something. Fuck.
You're
While they're treating the wound, I'm gonna rifle his robes and see if I find anything worthwhile.
You find the mace. It seems that for wherever he was coming from, he did not carry anything else of great value on him other than his robes. Which you...
I'm tempted.
Rex is
What
going
is
to
the
try
result
using
of the
his
pound of
salve
flesh?
ability on his turn.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, just what I said. Rex is going to try using his salve herbalism ability on his turn. I'm not sure when. Should I roll that now or wait till I roll around?
You can go ahead and roll it. However, to clarify, you don't have to. You're able to treat him and then bring him back awake. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to describe what happens with the pound of flesh, and then we'll get back to this guy. Two things become clear. First of all, the flesh pool recedes. It like recedes a little bit, and indeed you find a skeletal hand holding an old key. Just an old skeleton key. And you also see at this point, on the far side of the room, engraved into the wall and inlaid with silver, are some other magical runes and some kind of cipher. And then this corridor continues on beyond to the south.
Sorry, where did you say the runes are?
They're engraved in the wall.
Anyone read them? Jubal?
I point at this new friend of ours.
I don't
He's
think we're going to
passed
get more
out.
information out of him.
Oh, I thought he came back too after we healed him.
He did come back too, and so let's pan back over to him. Immediately, you treat him enough, and he staggers to his feet, and he looks at you, and he's like, he turns back. You know, assuming that you let him go, if you're going to keep to your word. You're not going to let him go. Yeah. Well, he's too weak to run away. He's like, you promised to let me go.
And we will. When we get to the bottom of this.
By the way, my alarm just went off, suggesting that my lantern just ran out of oil.
All right. Do you have another flask?
I do, but it'll be my last one. Do you think we should do that or switch to our
I say I have
switch to a
torches,
torch?
so I can light a torch.
I
Hmm.
can cast light.
Oh, wow. How long does that last?
I think the same amount of time as a torch. Let's see
Give
here.
it a shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you want to cast
Uh,
light, you can do that. It lasts an hour, or yeah, it lasts the same time.
Yeah, I can cast it on an object. So, does somebody want me to use it on a weapon, a lantern, or what? What should I make glow?
Hmm.
It's your spell. You can pick. Just go ahead and do whatever you want.
Okay.
Guess it
Yeah,
on
just
Durek's
kind of
sword
fumbling
would probably
around.
make sense
Uh,
because he's gonna have it out anyway.
Log literally like does a little dance, and he holds out Blossom, the bird.
Oh.
There we go. I will cast. I'll go to cast it on the mace, but as it kind of darkens, Blossom just kind of flies into my hand, and I will try to cast light. I passed the DC,
Hey!
so now we have a bright little bird.
Nice.
I love that.
Little bird.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Log for the win.
He this person with what strength he has left, he looks at you all and he says, You don't understand. There are some fates that are worse. And he staggers over and slumps into this pool and kills himself.
What? No. We try to stop him.
Yeah, we'd all. I think
Yeah, I think we
We'd
would
all
try to
try
grab
to
him
pull.
before he got in there.
he's got
If we
restraints,
can.
right? So we can literally just pull on the ropes and keep him from.
Did you guys put ropes on him?
No, that was going to be my suggestion before we let him go, is that we tie him up and leave him here, and that we would let him go later, but to keep our word, But we haven't tied him up yet. But that would be a nice suggestion.
Can I make a strength check at least? Try to keep him from diving in.
Do we have an opportunity to stop him with a roll?
I think it's going to be very difficult, so we're going to use the combat rolls. So everybody can
Okay.
roll for initiative.
That's a dex roll. Okay.
Yeah, and what I'm looking for is just for the highest. Whoever rolls the highest, you're able to go first in the turn order. Turn order always stays the same. So there
Looks
you
like
go.
Durek wins.
Yeah, Durek
16.
wins.
Out of us, at least.
All right, so it starts at the top of the round with Durek now. Durek, you can attempt to stop him. It would be like a contested check to stop him.
Okay.
I will give him. Well, yeah, because he's just trying to slip by. It wouldn't be this hard. It wouldn't be that hard to just launch himself into this. But
All right, so a dex or strength, because what I'm gonna try to do is grab him by his robe and haul him back and toss him backwards.
Yeah, it sounds like strength.
I have a +2.
Whew, that was close.
What did he roll? Is that my roll or his roll? That was his roll?
Oh, shoot. Heck. I misread.
I got a 16.
Oh!
All right. So the good news is that then it goes on to Rex. So it would go Durek, Rex, Sabert, Log, Jubal, and then he's able to act. So if people are trying to grab him, you can move, and that initiative indicates you're able to act first. So
Rex slides to his ankles and basically trips him so that he'll fall just short.
all
Trying to
right,
do some kind of fancy wrestling move with his legs.
that sounds like a
Nice.
dex check for both of you.
Here goes.
All right, you do that, and
Face plant.
he is knocked prone before he can get there.
You're crazy.
I'd like to think that he still says that though, where he says there's a fate worse, and then he face plants in front of.
Yeah, he slams against this cold stone and whimpers, and he's like, "You might as well kill me. There's nothing you can do to me that they would do that's not worse."
So Rex is still just sort of like awkwardly like bending his leg backwards, and he's looking at the others like, "Are you hearing this? Like, should we just let him go?"
Who are these people, and why do you think we can't stop them?
This is why I hate cultists.
I look over my shoulder at Seabird and say, "He did nothing wrong to you."
Yeah, yeah. So, what is so bad back there? I mean, surely we could maybe stand a chance, right?
Yeah, at this point, it's obvious that you're probably not going to get anything out of him.
Hmm.
What do you want to do,
Well-
guys? Tie him up or let him go?
Let him go. If we let him go, it's gonna hurt other people, won't it?
Yeah, or he's just gonna, yeah, he could tattle on us and then we get in big trouble. I think we leave him tied up until we're ready to go, and then we'll get him on the way out, and we can or
All right.
whenever we leave,
Drag him.
we can let him go.
Okay, so let's drag him topside, I guess. And
He
we'll,
also
like,
seems to be a harm
I'm-
to himself, so I'd like to not let that. But
Oh,
All right.
we can't just keep him. We can't just leave him on suicide watch.
Let's
So-
tie him to the frog.
That's what I was
God.
thinking.
All right. You all time to the frog?
Okay.
I'll sacrifice my rope because we're gonna need it to.
My rope, by the way, I think is still topsides because I thought that we might need to be able to climb out of the tower quickly.
I lost my
Right.
place. Who's next in the turn order? I apologize.
I don't know either. Sorry.
I
believe it's Durek.
okay. Yeah, Durek, what do you do after you guys time to the frog?
Okay, yeah. If we've got him tied secure to the frog, then I nobody has grabbed that key yet, right?
We can say you
So-
grab the
so-
key.
Okay.
Okay. If we have a rope left, we could like tie it to the. Whatever. We get it.
All right, what do you do next? You have the key and you've tied him to the big frog.
Yeah, I'm just gonna snatch the key and since I guess first we're gonna tie him up, then we have to walk back down towards the flash, grab the key, and then head south, right? That would be, but I'm not gonna go by myself. Obviously, I'm gonna wait for whoever's next.
I have an important question. Do you think that the way that we tied him up, he can reach the fly and close the door behind us?
I would say
Well,
we should tie him up in a way that he can't do that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying I also use my rope to anchor it with that iron spike, so like it doesn't move unless we want it to move. Because
Okay.
I taken that precaution in case the mechanic itself would self-close with
Mhm.
time or whatever.
And
But
remind me on
GM's
the
rolling a lot
mechanic
of
of
dice.
that door. If the south door is open, the north door is closed, right?
That was
Correct.
not established.
Oh,
All we
Okay.
know is that when it was at the north, we heard or at the south, we heard a click, and then as we continue to drag it counterclockwise, it would click again once it met the north.
I apologize. I should have mentioned that, so we'll just assume that you moved it in such a way to do all these things. But yes, when you move it to a new position, the door closes. Now, Rex and Log, please roll a intelligence or wisdom check with advantage to meet DC 12.
Well, I will have to go with wisdom
20.
because otherwise I
Dirty
have a -1. I have a +0, so go ahead.
Okay.
Roll that. 14, pass.
All right. This time I'm gonna go with Rex. Rex, you hear something scraping along the stone to the north, making snorting noises and coming your way.
you guys hear that? Rex notches an arrow. Geeks around.
I'd like to get this frog between me and that sound.
That's a good idea.
If we want to, we could send Blossom through the portcullis hole into danger and see what it is.
All right,
The
but-
glowing
Yeah, just keep
blossom?
in mind that she cannot hide at all. She is a light source.
And she's our light source.
Right. Well, if they go out, then we have torches. So, do
Okay.
you think it's a bad idea? I'm leaving it up to the group here.
I think that's a reasonable idea. Rex will clamber up on top of the frog statue and try to get a vantage down the northern hallway so that he could possibly shoot an arrow if necessary.
Okay. And I'm going to stay behind it and send Blossom. Try to send her through the hole of the portcullis and into the danger.
Poor Blossom.
She's a
I'd
brave
just like to
lady.
confirm that we're sure that it's only like temp HP because the wording of it made me think it was like you'll lose your max HP.
No, well you lose like your HP, so like it'd be like my current health points would go down.
Okay. I assume
Yeah.
that you thought about this harder than I have.
Yeah, I thought it was max also. Honestly, I thought it was like because when
no-
you lose a familiar, it's like it's a real blow to the soul. Of
I mean, it
which-
does say permanently sacrificing 1d4 hit points. Yes.
Yeah, permanently.
Blossom needs to make 2 checks.
Okay.
The first one is a wisdom check at disadvantage.
Okay.
DC 12. All right.
Oh.
The second one is a dexterity check at disadvantage. DC 15.
They failed both checks.
All right. You hear, how many hit points does she have?
1.
You hear a painful squeak, and you can tell that Blossom is gone.
Oh,
However, I'd imagine the light source remains for the duration.
no. Oh.
It would,
Blossom, no.
sort of, but yeah. And also, you don't have a light. So what were you guys doing with light?
Light was cast on Blossom, but I will go ahead and light a torch
It
if,
is now-
if she's gone.
It is now
If
black.
she's inside of another creature, then we won't be able to use that, will we?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and light a torch.
Okay. It's going to have a lower
Oh.
radius than what we had before.
Why is this not showing up for me? That's weird.
Blossom, no.
Oh.
I don't understand. I'm not able to see. So confused.
Because all of the light in the universe has gone out.
Oh, that's so weird. When I got rid of Blossom, it showed back up again. I have no idea what's going on.
Wild.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, you light a torch and you hear something approaching rapidly now this direction.
Well, now we got to kill this thing.
We gave it a snack. It should leave us alone.
Give it an appetizer.
Whose turn is it?
Let me check. No, actually, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah, top of the round at this point would be Rex. But are you guys gonna hunker down and try to fight, or try to flee, or what's the plan? And Rex,
Well, we try to kill this thing.
Very well.
So, as of now, do we even know it could
I
open
wanna
the door or
fight.
not? So I mean,
Is the portcullis closed between us and it?
yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I'm going to shoot arrows through it.
I
See how well that does.
I double messed this up, but you did say that you sent Blossom up there. You're gonna shoot arrows through it. So you see this thing approach, this huge, and it crashes against the portcullis, and angrily, and it starts trying to rip the portcullis out. It's going to be very hard for it to do that. So
I should roll initiative.
I agree. Everybody roll for initiative.
There I go. Oh, I didn't roll so hot.
All right. Looks like whoever.
Eric.
I got 16 total.
I got 18 total.
All right, Durek, you're the top of the round. What do you do?
I'm gonna jam my bastard sword right through the portcullis and into this creature.
All right. You can do that, but it'll get a chance to try to pull the weapon. But not on
Pull the
this.
weapon.
Yeah, on its turn. But
You do have a second sword, right?
I do.
all right. But you can roll to hit. This will be a regular attack.
All right. Let's see. Bane and bang. Big and 9 plus 7.
9 plus 7. Let's say your target is armor class 14.
All right. Well, it's a 16, so that hits.
All right, and it looks like you did. If you're doing it two-handed, looks like you did 4 damage.
Yeah, I guess so. It's got to be more than that, right? No.
It's got a D10 plus. Looks
you
like
rolled
a
minimum.
lot. Yeah.
D10 plus 3. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It
Roll the
squeals
lot.
in pain, and let me describe it for you all. By the way, this thing does not entirely just look like a rat. It looks like a mixture of a gigantic 7-foot-long rat with 3 legs on each side, with claws and a platypus mouth. None of you have ever seen this creature before, not your characters, anyways. And yeah, and it squeals in pain as you do that, and it just keeps trying to rip through this. It's going to try to rip this thing off its hinges. It will either need to get a nat 20 or it will need to succeed on a strength check for 3 rounds. So, let's see. Rex is up next.
All right, let's see here. Longbow, 1d8 damage. I'm not sure the modifier is on the attack roll.
Yeah, it's on an attack roll, but not damage, right? Right, Edward?
I know that I have a...
Yeah, I think that's right.
So do I just roll, like, Dex clean?
Dex plus any, whatever you call it, the features that you get, plus, yeah, Dex plus any features.
Oh, I do get a +1 to attacks and damage with ranged weapons due to my level 1.
Just go ahead and chuck it, and then if you get, if you know, we'll see where it goes from there, like if you get a 14 or not.
Okay.
See,
Natural 20.
See, it hardly matters. Okay,
Okay.
And you roll double damage.
And I get a +1 to damage. Does that turn into a +2, or is it still +1?
My understanding is you just do it twice. I can't remember off the top of my head. Edward, do you
All right,
remember?
then that'll be 2d8 +2.
That's fine. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I would say
11.
we total it up and then double it.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, 11. You poke this thing right in one of its eyes. You take out one of its 2 eyes. It squeals in pain and anger.
Ha!
And then it rears up. It's going to make a check to see if it is terrified. It fails miserably, and with you taking out one of its eyes, it skulks off into the dark. It's going to have to do that on its turn, though. Siebert.
Yeah, seeing everybody rush up and try to smack this thing, I guess I will try to just jam my mace
Go for it.
through the portcullis as fast as I can and as hard as I can. Let's see, how do I do that?
Just chuck a d20.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Alright, it misses. And log.
I'm going to try to cast Eye Bite. Need an 8 or higher.
I love that spell.
9. Nice. So yeah, as I see them strike the eye, I cast Eye Bite on the other eye. They take 1d4 damage and cannot see us for till the end of their next turn. They take 2 more damage.
You have blinded this poor creature.
It ate our bird.
Right?
Jubal's going to try to cast sleep on it, just to finish it off. Passes. Makes it fall asleep. You can end its life if you want. It's probably best.
I at least would like to cut open the belly and see if we can retrieve my bird.
You do. You do find your bird inside the belly. Since you cut open the belly, let me make another roll as well.
Oh, great. I'm holding my breath as I do this.
Oh no.
Nothing else happens. But
Okay,
you find
good.
Blossom inside. She's still very bright.
Oh.
Bright
Uh,
but dead.
Yes. I will give her corpse a kiss and place it in front of this frog monster.
All right. Yeah. What do you all do
Which
now?
just kind of stands there rubbing the back of his head, looking at his dead bird, not sure what to do. There a way to bring her back?
He takes a moment and he weeps over his friend.
Oh.
So yeah, I can bring him back by just sacrificing hit points. It doesn't say I have to do it during rests or anything, so I would like to actually do that.
Okay. Yeah, you do
Um,
that.
So I weep tears, and you see what he does is he takes a piece of his forearm and rips it like bark from a tree,
Whoa.
uh, and I begin to like soap lather the back of the bird with it, as I remove 1 hit point from myself, permanently,
Permanently.
reducing my total to 9.
Oh.
Whoa.
And
Yeah, I was spooked by that.
I'm down. That's hardcore.
bring back my blossom.
Blossom.
And
she wakes
and
up.
I
What happened?
I say bloom again, my friend.
What happened? Where am I?
Well, you're safe now, I think.
This place is terrible. I don't like this place.
Oh.
Neither do we, and that's why we're here. To make this terrible place no longer.
There's one less danger.
But remember, Blossom, you are a shining light in this darkness.
She just shakes.
Oh.
Let's see. So back to Sabert, I think it is now. Yeah, Sabert. What do you all do now? You brought him back, okay. You've scouted ahead to figure out what this thing was, and you found this gigantic platypus rat thing that's like 7 foot long. You've slain it on the other side of this the portcullis. What do you all do next? Do you go back to past the meat pool now that it's satisfied and look at the runes or look at the path beyond, or do you return to one of these paths to the north?
I'd like to investigate those runes and see if we can kind of interpret them or read into them at all.
Okay. Yeah, you all travel back, and you can try to make an intelligence check. Again, this will be a separate check for these runes. At advantage. Wait. Regular one. A DC 12 intelligence check.
Can I try that too?
You're
Due to
you're
my
a
background?
priest, right?
I'm a priest, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you could each do a intelligence check, DC 12.
Alright.
I feel like the witch could also do this.
I was gonna
Probably
ask,
more
but
like
I
an
didn't want to
advantage.
step in.
Yeah, the magic people.
Advantage. Okay.
No, the witch can do it at advantage, but
Oh, in that case, just the first roll, which was a 2.
okay.
Was this a wisdom check or intelligence check?
An intelligence check.
Okay, then I got a 14. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. No, I didn't. Hang on a second. I got a 10. Sorry.
Okay. Any other luck tokens left anybody wants to use? No?
I have one, but I'm going to save it.
Alright, yeah. You're not sure what these runes indicate.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop by, even though I have had very little luck with the luck. And okay, here we go. Natural
Yeah,
20.
Nice.
About time this paid off.
Oh yeah.
You rolled a nat 20, so I'm going to give you a nat 20 result on this. You are able to. You all take a look at the runes. This takes another full round, plus you travel down here, and you spend some time trying to figure it out. Eventually, Rex, because you were a
Wizard's apprentice.
wizard's apprentice, eventually you trace it out, and you think you can word, kind of phonetically, kind of verbalize some of what this might be.
He's got his paper out. He's doing it like a math problem.
You do it on accident. You say a portion of it out loud, and something happens. All of a sudden, you light like fills your eyes like fire, and you see Rex just like stand. I don't have the art for it. Maybe I can do it here. You see a place of fire. I might be able to pull this off. Light, right. This should work. You see magma, fire all around you on a molten island and a large stone pedestal. And then your vision blurs and you return back to where you were. And you all see his eyes like you see his eyes like turn to fire, and he says something. All of a sudden, Rex, you are certain you see Rex grab a hold of the wall across from him to steady himself, and Rex, one of the stones like falls off in your hand, and all of a sudden it turns into a big writhing piece of protein heavy meat. It slops off. The stone turns into a big slab of chunky meat.
Ugh. Ugh. What was that? What is this? Is the whole room this?
I'd say that's meat for the Guardian.
Is it meat for the Guardian, or it's meat that's already gone to the Guardian?
And you don't know how you know this, but Rex, you're confident you could probably do that again if you wanted to.
Rex conveys what he saw in bewildered, frantic terms. The place of magma all around, and is still very confused about what it all means, and whether this is maybe I should throw this into the pool, or maybe it came from the pool. Maybe both.
I'd say it can't hurt. Throw it in the pool.
After what I saw, I'm not sure it can't hurt, but I'll risk it.
Okay.
And,
you toss the chunk of meat into the flesh liquid, and it splashes up around it, and then seems to coalesce around it as if devouring it. It sinks into it, and then burbles for a minute, and then disappears.
Rex is spooked by what he saw, and he's got his center of gravity low, as if something horrible might happen. Does anything else occur?
Nothing else happens.
I'm thinking because we already have the key. Otherwise, we could have maybe perhaps thrown that chunk of meat in rather than the other guy doing the sacrifice. Although it seems like if he knew about the runes on the wall, he would have done that rather than cut his arm off. But I don't know.
Maybe he didn't know, or else.
Maybe he didn't know.
Yeah. There's a couple of ways this could be, because why would the wall be made of meat in this room that's centered around the concept? I think it seems almost as if it's trying to build up this stuff. is that it came from the creature in the center, the guardian. You said. So are the whole catacombs like just made of flesh from generation after generation? A horrifying concept.
One shudders to think.
All right. Well, I think we're back to Durik in the out of combat. No. The last one was Sabert. So we're back to Log. Log. What do you think? What should we do?
Have we checked on this corridor yet?
No, but you can see it continuing on into the darkness ahead for some ways. You have not traveled down it.
Is the light spell still on my bird friend?
Yes, I'll say. But I do think it's about to go out because you cast it sometime around... No, it's good.
I want to say I thought light spell lasts longer than torch anyway.
Saber, did you
Yeah, it's
start
an hour.
Did you start a timer?
Forgot.
Oh, it's okay.
I can
you
recast it if I need
timer,
them.
but I think that I might have started the timer for the torch.
I would say I did start the timer for the torch and it has
That's
11
fine.
minutes left. So
Okay, well,
I got about 35 minutes on the timer, but I'm not 100% sure exactly when I started. I think it was a little late.
let's
Let's
do
say
that
30
then.
minutes.
Let's do that one. Okay. All right. What do you think, Jake?
I mean I'd like to at least to scout what's in the immediate vicinity. I don't know what to do about the fire puzzle, meat puzzle. That's a bit tricky. So I would like to just look elsewhere and see if we can find more answers somewhere else for now, because I'm confused
I
about
don't
this.
know what that's needed for yet.
Right.
All right. Well, let's not send Blossom this time. Let's keep her safe this time. Let's just kind of make our way carefully south, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Saber, what do you think?
We either press on or get out of here. It'd be our only two choices that I can really see. If we turn back, it gives us the opportunity to take our less than sane friend back to town and maybe get him some help.
Mhm.
Or if we keep going, maybe we find some of his friends who are willing to help him.
There's also the northwest corridor that seems to lead back to the sheriff's, and it's at least possible that there is some offshoot branch of that corridor where the people are being held. Though they could really be anywhere. For now, I say let's go south.
Yeah, I think south is I agree with that. I'm guessing the north tunnel, the center tunnel, where that guy came from, leads to the keep, and which makes me think that the keep and the Baroness are probably under the control of this cult. If he's able to hang out down there and like act as a guard or whatever, that I'm guessing that but let's table that for now, because I think south is the right.
Yeah.
The right move.
You might be right, but I don't think we have enough information to say confidently.
Okay. So you travel down this corridor to the south?
Yes, carefully.
Very well.
Is the character of the walls, like the stone, like has it been approximately the same everywhere, or is like the meat room sort of its own thing?
Yeah, what you don't find out from that question probably answers the question, and that is that in fact the stone has been the same.
Ooh.
Okay.
Meat room.
You travel along this corridor for a long ways, until finally you find that the cavern walls end in a stone wall where it looks like whatever structure was here fell off. And instead of just cavern, it becomes stone. This is a subterranean complex ahead of some kind, with stone walls on either side and on the ceiling, 15 foot tall, about 5 feet wide from left to right. It's narrow in the beginning. You can see ahead that it leads into a some kind of antechamber where the stone walls again fall off to the side. It looks like maybe it's become ruined at some point in the past, becoming a cavern again. And to the left ahead, after about 10 feet, you can see stone stairs descending further down into the earth.
So it's all worked stone, or at least until it takes that turn that you mentioned.
That's right. And let's see, that brings us back to Durik.
I'm going to suggest we press forward. We've got we keep Blossom in front of us to cast a little light as to where we're going, and but not get too far ahead. And I suggest we continue forward.
I'm the ranger. I can be in front.
Okay. Do you go into this open chamber ahead, or do you turn left down the stairs?
What do you think, guys?
As we approach the archway of the stairs, do we see anything at the base of it?
Yeah, if you move ahead, you do. You can see just about 15 feet down these stairs that descend fairly sharply, some kind of stone chamber.
I say we check south first.
I like the stairs.
All right.
Whoa.
Great, more stairs.
You like stairs, do you? Good. Glad you like stairs.
So you can see, indeed, there are stairs. There are stairs leading up into alcoves nearby. There is also a corridor ahead that snakes its way and then continues very sharply, very far deep into the earth. You think dozens of feet deep into the darkness. And there is something else. Log and Rex, please roll at advantage a wisdom or intelligence check, DC 12.
Natural 20.
Alright, this time I'm going to go with Log. So Log, you see shapes emerging from cracks along the alcoves, casting shadows that are moving different from your own. Something is coming out of the walls in the alcoves.
It's the ones to our north, or all of them?
So I see moving shadows.
Yeah, something is moving from cracks within the alcoves, coming out of them and coming toward you.
We're gonna run fast as we can.
Which way do you run?
Away from those. I point at them, and
Back where we
say.
came?
I
They-
point at the alcoves and say we need to run now. And so we'll go this way, I guess, far away from the alcoves.
Oh, not where we came from?
No, not where we came from. I mean,
Um,
I would. I mean, I would just say run. Whichever way you guys run, I follow you. But I push from the back of the pack. Just say push and run.
I think a good default way to run is back where we came from, so we don't end up in a corner.
That's fine.
Yep.
You can do that. These things, they emerge from the walls. You recognize these creatures. Well,
The frogs.
We didn't mean to intrude.
you hear them, the slurping, croaking voice, and you hear Jubal say they think they're intruders and they're trying to defend their home, and you run back and chase you. What do you do next?
We tell Jubal to tell them that we didn't mean to intrude. We got lost. Tell them we got lost.
That sounds
So
reasonable.
scared of dying.
Jubal shrugs. They're very affronted that you've come to their holy land. All
Are
right.
these physical beings or are they shadow-like spirit beings?
They're definitely physical. They are these mutated frog-like humanoids, bipedal things. And that brings us back to Durek. In fact, what do you think? What do you think?
If we
Well, if everyone's running for the stairs, I'm going to do a defensive action. Um, I'll be the last one up the stairs, covering their exit.
if
And
we are going to fight, here's a good spot.
So is the goal to flee?
I'm gonna hold ground at the base of the stairs, and attempt to at least allow the others to get up the stairs.
If Durek's staying behind, Rex will get behind him and start like trying to shoot past him.
You make it up the stairs. Is the group goal to like flee back the way you came, or is it to stand and fight, or something else?
My inclination is to stand and fight them here because they have to be coming upstairs through a narrow corridor at us.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So fight. Sabert and Log. What do you think?
I would say as my allies are starting to fight, and I kind of come up from behind Durek, who's holding his ground, and I just try to imitate the epic croak that one we met at the first when he was like proud of his battle cry.
Yeah.
I just
Ooh.
try to imitate that best
Gotcha.
as possible.
Ooh.
Log. What do you think? You're muted.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. I would like to stand furthest back and send Blossom to like hover over Durek, because as a witch I can cast spells from Blossom. So I'm gonna stay back and stay out of sight from these things if I can, like at least around the corner.
Okay.
Plus, it gives us a nice light over the situation.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you do that, and you set up kind of around this area here. They are going to rush forward and attack. Everybody can roll for initiative.
How many can get up this stairwell at a time?
Probably one
I
at a
guess.
time. It's very narrow.
Got an 8.
All right. I see. So far, it looks like the monsters, and then
We have 5, 6, 7.
I think Chris. So it looks like the monsters won. So they're-
Has test rolled yet?
oh yeah. All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
My timer went out for this
My
torch.
bad.
Oh, your torch
Oof.
went out.
Roll badly again.
Well, you have Blossom now. So your torch goes out. The timer's still going for Blossom. Okay, the monsters are able to act first, and then Saber starts at the top of the round. They rush forward, and one of them is going to make an attempt to move past.
None
Fails.
shall pass.
Yeah, and this big half-orc blocks the way. And so you have one in front of you. And let's see, Saber.
I will cast Holy Weapon on Durek's weapon to give it +1 and to attack and damage rolls, and it's magical. But I have to pass a DC 11, so bear with me. Oh, 2, 3, 4 with mods, I'd just make it. So yeah,
Alright.
Durek has a Holy Sword now.
Nice. Log.
I will cast Eye Bite on the back one.
Okay.
So I have to roll a 9 or better. And sadly I do not. So
Oof.
Eye Bite.
Jubal will attempt to put them to sleep. The spell goes off, but Jubal learns that these are too high a level to go to sleep with the sleep
Oh.
spell. And
Oh.
Durik.
I'm gonna split some frog skull.
All right, roll to hit. Armor class 16 is your target.
All right. That's better.
Yeah, that definitely hits. And you did two. Are you doing it two-handed?
Yeah.
All right. You lob off one of its froggy arms. It croaks in pain and then flies up against the nearby wall. Frog-like ichor sprays across the room in the dark, in the torchlight. You hear croaks echoing along the halls nearby. You can't tell if it's your, storm of melee that you're right in the middle of right now, or if it's something else. And that brings us to Rex.
As the frog leg drops, though, I'm gonna say, tastes like chicken.
All right, Rex is gonna try to.
Take a luck token.
Rex is gonna try ginning up some Phobane,
Oh, nice.
which will, if it works, provide advantage on these guys.
Okay.
Not sure if that's actually worth a turn, but here it goes. Just gonna do it.
Nice.
All right, that'll be enough. I don't think I can also attack. I'm not sure how it works.
No, it will be your action. So you have now the Phobane.
All right. All right. I got to roll a 1d6 on how long that lasts. It's gonna last 5 turns, probably the rest of the fight. And that's all I got. So
All right.
Rex just pops open a little Witcher potion and just kind of slugs it down, and his eye is slit, narrow, and draconic.
Nice. That's weird that it only did one. I don't know why it did that. It gets 2 attacks. Durik does a 16 hit.
Absolutely.
Oh, it does. Oh, crap. Okay. You take 1 damage. Please make a DC 12 con check
Uh-oh.
as this thing claws you.
Right, we're doing this. Let's see. Con check. Bam. Oh, not
Uh-oh.
good.
Uh-oh.
You are now poisoned as this thing claws into you. You can feel the blood pumping in your... something foul already seeps within your
got a
blood
luck
and you
token.
feel dizzy. Yeah, you could use a luck token if you want to try.
I do have some. Let me go ahead
Now
and do
you can
that.
have me re-roll if you want to do that instead. Whatever you want.
I'm gonna take my own fate in my own hands. What was
All
it?
right.
A con check?
Yeah, DC 12 con.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna do burn a luck token. Oh my god.
Oh.
All right, you have disadvantage on all checks and attacks until healed. Magical healing does clear it, though. And then from near distance, one nearby attacks with a spear from the 2nd rank. You take 4 damage.
Oh man.
And
All right,
that's
good.
their turn. That brings us back to Sabert.
Seeing
We're here to
this,
heal.
I will definitely cast Cure Wounds on Durik. So first I have to roll a DC 11 to determine if I pass it. Oh god.
Oh.
Oh, no. Plus,
Cure Wounds fails. I'm sorry.
no luck tokens?
It's all right.
Oh, yeah. Nope, sorry. I don't have a luck token.
All right, yeah, so you've also lost your spell for the day.
I'm gonna give my last luck token
Oh.
Oh, nice.
to this roll. I have
Okay.
no more.
Sweet,
Once I
so
get
I just
bored.
re-roll it. Okay, yep.
Here it goes.
for that.
Hope it works.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes!
and it does. Yes. All right.
How much
so
is this
I
heal?
roll
D6 plus 1.
D6 is 1 plus half your level, so 2d6.
No, it'd be like a number of
After
D6s.
level's
Yeah.
Number of d6 is equal to 1 plus half your level, rounded down. So I'm level 2,
Two.
so that would be 2d6.
Sounds right.
Okay. No, I don't think so. I think. Where's the spell? Cure wounds. D6 is equal. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought they had
that'd
like
be
a.
2d6.
Yeah. Sorry, 2d6. Absolutely. My bad. I was thinking of a different game. My game's mixed up.
Oh,
Nice.
10.
10.
Awesome. Okay.
I feel wonderful.
Yeah. Log.
That also fixes the poison effect. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Good.
Log.
Feel really great. Thank you.
Jake.
Is he muted again? Nope. 6.
Oh, I don't know what you're rolling.
What was
'cause,
that for?
I think maybe you're muted.
Doesn't say he's muted.
Yeah, maybe on the headset side or something like
He might be
that.
hardware muted.
I'll get back to you. Durek, what do you do?
Oh, well, since I'm feeling so great, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to shove these, the guy who's in front of me, I'm going to put my, rather than try to hack him, I'm going to drive my sword into him and try to shove the whole lot of them down the hall, down the stairs.
Okay, yeah, you could do that. Roll to hit.
Sorry, my headset was muted. I rolled the hit with a dagger and I missed anyway. So
I'm going to burn my last luck token and try it again.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're for. Can't take them with you.
Right? All right, there we
That
go.
does do it.
Dirty 20.
All right, so you hit this guy. This guy's going to make a dex check. It'll just be normal. Fails. Gets knocked back. Knocks into this one. Meanwhile, Jake, what did you say? I'm sorry for log. What were you doing?
no, you're fine. I didn't realize I was muted. I wanted to stab him with a dagger and I missed, so it doesn't matter.
Gotcha. Okay, Jubal is, let's see what Jubal can do. He is going to try to charm one of them again in their own language. He passes. This one turns on the others, and he commands him to fight for you all. These are traitors, don't you see? Just be that, because I don't know what it is. All right, so that's Jubal. Yeah, or no,
That turns things around.
Yeah, that's right. And then that brings us to Rex.
All right. Rex is going to attack with advantage. With his longbow. I think that's actually a 20, dirty 20, so that'll work.
All right.
Whoop, minimum damage, 2 hits,
All right.
2 hit points. Against the middle one of the ones that are alive.
Gotcha. All right, that makes it their turn. This one's going to attack his fellows now. 6 damage. 3 damage is 9 damage. He, you see him nearly slay the one in front of him outright. You can see that kind of black blood spraying against the walls as he just tears into him. This one's going to turn around and now is defending on 2 fronts. Gets a nat 20, however, for 8 damage. And another 1 damage for 9.
Did the one in back attack twice?
Yeah.
Oh.
Seems like they have 2 attacks.
This one is going to turn around and fight with his spear, as they are going to definitely try to get the heck out of here. This is not working out for him. And he fails. But with that attack, he only gets 1 attack. So that brings us back to Siebert.
Yeah, I will lunge forward and try to hit the closest one to us with my mace. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 just barely does not hit.
Oh crap. Okay.
And Log.
I'd like to reach in my long troll arms and try to stab with a dagger.
All right.
That's 12.
That misses. Jubal is going to try to charm another one of them. It's all a misunderstanding, you see. We're on your side. And he loses the spell. Charm person is out. All right. Durek.
Okay, just a recap. So, how many we got left? There's 3 of them.
There are 3 of them. One's on your side, and the 2 have turned around and tried to fight the one on your side, so they can try to flee.
And the one that I've hit, I cut off one of their arms. Is that guy dead? He's
dead.
Already.
That's right.
Okay, and the other one that I shoved down the stairs, he's still sort of somewhat.
Yeah, you gained the distance, and then everybody moved up and was fighting.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna push forward down the stairs and try to hack his fool head off.
You could do that. Roll to hit.
Oh,
That one.
we're all out of luck.
Well, I'm out of luck.
Not as out of
too.
luck as these guys.
All right.
They are more out of luck.
Let's see here. Rex.
All right. We tried talking. We tried. That'll be an 18.
18 definitely hits.
Eight damage this time.
Which one you shooting at?
The one that's like one rank back, like the middle of the 3 that are alive.
You hit him right in the back of the head. It kills him. He tumbles down the stairs past your ally.
We tried.
It's
That's
his
what happens
turn.
when you attack people without knowing who they are.
He's going to attempt to move past. Fails. Loses his turn. This one's going to try to attack. And misses both of them. However, actually that's right. And that brings us back to Siebert.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go for another strike with the old mace and see what happens.
All right.
No, 13. I miss.
All right. Log.
So, is there still elevation between this guy and like if I were to actually push him, is there a chance that he could fall and get hurt from falling, or is he already near the base of the ground now?
He wouldn't get hurt from it, but if your goal is to try to knock him prone, you can attempt to do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. With a strength check then.
Yeah, let's do a contested strength check to see if he can overcome it.
I don't know if I want to do that. No, we'll just stab. We'll just stab with the dagger.
Alrighty.
That's 12.
These guys are really tough, and they really are. Jubal, just about out of tricks. Let me see what he can do. That.
So is his charm spell inactive now? Like it's unavailable? Or did he just fail it one time?
I screwed that up, but I'm not gonna penalize having lost the other one. So, but yeah, I don't think he can. Well, anyways.
If you fail a spell, you can't cast it again. So
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All right, he misses with a dagger. It flies past, doesn't hit, and that brings us back to Durek.
Not to screw myself over here, but that fumble that I rolled, what was the result of? Like, were there circumstances?
Yeah, I don't remember there being a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember there being anything in the gameplay section for combat that says that something has to happen on a fumble. I would have something happen if there was obviously something about to happen. Like if
Okay.
you're, standing on a precipice and you just passed a roll, all of a sudden something bad would happen. But I don't remember anything in combat that says that.
Personally, I've never been a fan of the old 5% of all combatants drop their weapons every round.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want to. I think the rules are just like it's an automatic miss.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't say anything. There's no. There's nothing about a fumble, as far as I can see. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Well, in that case, I will press forward down the stairs and driving forward this time again with the with a spearing motion with my
All right.
weapon.
Half sword him.
Roll to hit. Armor class 16.
All right, here we go.
All right.
It's a +7, it's a 20.
All right. 8 damage against this one. He is still up and fighting and trying to get out of here at this point.
Man,
let's see
these
that.
guys are tough.
They are tough. They actually really are. Tanky toads. And let's see. That brings us back to Rex.
Well, don't have anything more clever in mind than to just shoot this fella in the back of his head once again. There I go. That'll be a 14.
14 unfortunately misses. It's his turn.
All right.
He's going to try to get out of here again and move past. Ooh, he keeps failing to move past. This one's going to try to attack. Hits for 4 damage, and that brings us back to Siebert.
I will take another swing. This time mightily.
All right.
Screaming a war cry.
Dang
But it
it.
does me no good.
All
Well,
right.
yet again.
Log.
Swing and a stab. That's a miss.
All right. Jubal is going to try to attack this time with a melee attack. Actually, he can't get to it, and I think he has one more dagger, so he's going to try to throw a dagger. Misses. He is out of daggers. He'll pick them up later. Durek.
Well, you know me. I'm
Cut his
gonna
fucking head off.
I'm gonna cut his I'm gonna cut his head off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it PG, so I'm gonna cut his
Cut his hecking head off.
toady head off.
I apologize. I've got to be more careful
No,
about
it's
that.
okay. All right. Let's see it.
All right, here
Let's
we
do it.
go. That'll do.
That'll do it. I see 4, and you do. You cut his toady head off. He also tumbles down the floor head. You're, and that ends that combat.
There's still one alive, right? Who's under spell?
Yeah, there's one alive. He comes up to Jubal, and Jubal will go, rah, 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 rah. They go croak back and forth for a while. Jubal says he's under the impression that we're not here to kill all of their people, but instead to save them. And he wants to lead us to his chieftain, so that they can prepare for what they think is an attack.
Before we do that, since somebody else is going to be charmed, let's ask him if he knows anything about these vanished villagers.
They croak back and forth for a moment, and Jubal says he doesn't know what you mean.
All right. Well, I'll need to convince him that we're doing something else really important while he goes back to warn everybody.
Okay. You're gonna let him go?
We had this conversation earlier, and I'm trying to remember I'm trying to summarize all of what was said earlier about the idea of like honorably, let's say, discharging people under charm spells.
Let me make sure I understand. What's your intention? Like, what do you want to have happen?
I think I'm fine with this guy just kind of like running off with like a head full of false ideas about some kind of attack from monsters generally.
Well, he's charmed. Do you want to just tell him, like, go and be brave and take on the invading army and literally just run out of this place?
Well, we could tell him that he is running back to warn everybody, and we're fighting the invading army.
Oh, you want him to go back the way he came and, like, to tell his tribe what's going on?
That's my thinking, but what's everyone else think?
It seems I'm gonna throw this out there. Maybe it seems like we've got two fronts here. These frog people might not be our enemy. They might be being repressed and brutalized by these freaking cult people, which is the enemy. And that would be like, if their enemy is our enemy, then they are our friends, or however that phrase works.
I haven't been getting friend vibes out of them so far. I gotta be level with you, especially after all those other adventurers of Parenval they murdered.
Let's, so it looks like we need to decide what to do with the Charmed
Logan,
Toadman, but before we do that, let's zoom out, because we only have, like, a couple of minutes left in the session, so,
Okay.
big strokes here, big decisions. Do you want to, leave this dungeon, or do you want to explore it?
I want to explore the northwest tunnel that we saw in the branch to the north of the frog statue.
Okay, so you want to continue exploring the dungeon. I just want to make sure, does everybody want to do that? Got 1 vote for exploring it, 2 votes, 3 votes, there we go.
Yep.
Okay, so we're exploring the dungeon. So then what do we do with the Toadman? Are you gonna, is the goal to just get the Toadman out of the way, or try to use him for something? Because if the goal is to just get him out of the way, you could literally just tell him to go off somewhere and don't come back.
Also, I'm just shut off, by the way, light-wise.
Aha, okay. You want to try casting light spell again, Chris?
Yeah.
Ooh, now you lost the light spell. Does anybody got a
I
torch?
lost the light spell.
Okay, Rex is
I've got
gonna
a torch.
fire up his last thing of oil on his lantern.
All right.
Flick, flick, flick. Switches on.
All right. So, what do you think, Jake? What do you want to do with the Toadman?
How long does this spell last?
I think indefinitely.
Oh.
Really?
It's something like that. I'll take a look real quick, but it's there. Let's see here.
He's with concentration.
Let's just have him follow us, and as we explore, he might be able to give us more information about things we find.
Oh, actually,
at least
it's
tell
a
us-
number of days. For the next 2 days, he's your buddy.
Okay, well, let's just say that he's following us, and he can help us navigate through here safely, I guess.
All right, we'll have Jubal say, like,
That's
hey,
not a
no,
bad
you're
idea.
you're needed here with us. The fight is here. I
All right.
guess.
You got a
Rex
Toadman
kind of like
friend.
shrugging awkwardly, like, is that working?
All right, so you have made it deeper within the earth. You can see that it continues down.
Let's always talk him out of bringing us to see his leader, because they won't be charmed.
Right. But we can get all the information we can out of him while he's buddying along.
And the world is wrong with this. I don't know.
Little toad buddy, gonna make some friends.
He's got 2
Little
attacks
toad
around.
buddy.
That will end the adventure for the night. Mythic Mountains RPG is a private RPG play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Those of us who play folk RPGs are not beholden to rules masters from either big corporations, voices on the internet, nor anything beyond what we agree together is best for our game and our table. We delight in supporting independent game designers. Shadowdark RPG is by Arcane Library. The City of Brass is by Frog God Games. Music is by Miguel Johnson, Tabletop Audio, Michael Gelfie Studios, Kevin McLeod from Incompetech, and Brunaville. Details for the music, RPGs, and adventure module are listed in the description. We hope you enjoyed our adventure, and we hope you'll join us next time in the Vale.